What's up guys, Saivo here. Today I'm gonna tell you a few things about Beritra. Beritra is the last boss inside Makarna. Makarna is the end game dungeon at the moment in AION 4.8. Here it goes. You will notice from the beginning a few things on my screen. First of all, you're going to notice that this is a recording. And yes, it is. It is not a live guide because of the reason that I need to talk on TeamSpeak with my, party members because I'm leading this instead of just talking to you guys. So for now, this is going to be a recording, a guide from a recording. I think this is our last run that we just had a few days ago. And the second thing that you're going to notice is the fact that I have a timer on the top left corner of the screen. Now, the timer, it is really important for a few reasons. First of all, if you're into doing things perfectly, if you're into having a nice all-around feeling of the dungeon, and if you're into, not taking the risk of someone dying or wiping, then a timer is something that you need because this fight is all about timings. It has timings on when Beritra gets a shield. So those things, if you can call out and do the appropriate things after that are needed, then the better for your alliance. I'm going to start the recording. Actually, I'm not going to start it yet. First of all, I need to tell you guys that this fight has two stages. First stage is this one, in which Beritra is in the human form. Now, you will enter the room from this side. After you teleport from the portal, you will end up here. What I do is I go here, I taunt the boss, and I keep him at 12 o'clock all the time. Yeah? The boss in human form has three buffs, which are three shields that you will need to take away from him by exploding three bombs after killing three seal guardians that come in the human form. Now, I do not know if the human form has a timer to its expiry. For example, maybe if you take 10 minutes in the human form, then maybe the boss disappears or whatnot. So I never tried it. I never had so bad groups or anything, but um, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. In any case, you should always focus on doing your best and you should always focus on doing things right. Which means that if you do things right, you're only gonna miss maybe one bomb, um, if any at all. Each bomb needs to be exploded next to the boss. I'm gonna resume the video so you guys can see. Group number two, which is not my group, goes outside and kills seal guardians when they appear, and then they come back in like this here now, as you can see. They come back in, and then the guy will stay and he will explode himself and he will take away the buff from the boss. Yeah. The guy that carries the bomb has to be about 4-5 meters away from the boss. The guy that's tanking the boss at that particular time cannot just go around running with the boss because then this guy gets confused. So the tank has to stay 6-7 meters away from the guy, which is definitely possible because Beritra is also big himself. So there is plenty of meters in between Beritra's left coat and Beritra's right side of the coat. Yeah. So you should stay as a tank here, and the guy should stay here, or the guy should stay at the back, and you should stay right here at the edge of the room. Figure it out yourself. Now my phone is ringing, so I'm just gonna pause that. Um, this right here, this is very important. Two things happened here. Number one, my group got transformed into actually I personally got transformed into a Balur. My group is all good. They are still Asmodeans. I am a Balur, which means that some of them can DPS me, which means that the cleric cannot heal me, and which means that Beritra, as you can see, is my best friend. So this happens in the human form a lot, and this happens in the first two stages of the dragon form as well. People randomly getting transformed into a Balur. Now, it can be my group members, it can be me and the cleric, it can be the two Gladdies, it can be everyone else but me. So it's random who gets it, but people do get it. Now, let me just quickly mute my phone because otherwise it's gonna ring forever. Now, guys, the second thing that happened is the fact that I got 20k damage because of the guy exploded right next to me and I was not far away from him. It is very important to know that I took 20k damage, which is really good. I had my Empyrean armor on, which is very good for me because otherwise I would have probably died. And it's also very good to know as a reminder for your positioning. Positioning is very important during this boss fight. Now, I survived, the guy died, the guy is gonna be rest, and now comes this skill, which also is part of the human form. The human form does a couple of things. I'm gonna name them to you since I paused at the right skill. Number one, he transforms people into Balurs, which need 2 times AoE dispel. Single target dispels, they do not work. Number two, black big puddles. One here, one here. After these two are gone, one here, one there. Yeah, and so on, moving to all the platforms of the room. In those black puddles, you will stay because you will catch them anyway. I mean, you can avoid them by always running ahead of them, right? But then what's the point? Because you're not going to be doing damage, so you're useless. Number three, blue puddles. Little blue puddles that do not cover half of the room, they just cover a small portion. Get out of those as soon as you see them because they do a lot of damage. Number four, this this stripe. As you can see, this stripe can be like this, or it can be one here, one there, and one there. It can be in various patterns. So it's always a stripe, but it can be towards various directions. Stay in it, take it. If you see it and you can manage to get out of it, get out of it. You have time. But if you don't, stay in it, and then after you get hit, take a pot. Very important to know that all the 3 shields are gone, which means that Beritra does this. He paralyzes everyone. And very important moment right now. You're gonna come right away. This. This is very important for you as a leader. If you have a timer, as you can see, I'm ready to press start. Beritra will disappear in 8 minutes. This marks the start of your timer. It's very important. Do not wait for this message to go away because then you're always going to be a few seconds too late with your calls. And do not start your timer before this message appears because then you're going to be too soon. So I have noticed that this is the time exactly in which you have to start your timer. He also paralyzes everyone in the party, in the alliance, but that's absolutely no problem because he doesn't do anything besides an auto attack, which does about 2k damage per tick. After a short while, he starts the fight always with this. I'm gonna show you right now. This is an AoE. Always after the paralyze, an AoE comes. As you can see, the damage varies depending on your HP and your gear type. The damage from the AoE is magical damage, so keep that in mind, yeah? AoE, he does it at the beginning twice. It can be twice on the same group, or it can be 1 and 1. Keep that in mind. During the first phase, guys, nothing happens. Yeah, I have the vision stigma, so it's a blessing as a Templar to have the vision stigma. A blessing. Again, AoE. One time it was on group 2, one time it was on group 1, which is my group. We have exactly 1 minute before the ads spawn, before the protector spawns, and before Beritra gets a shield. So at about 55 seconds into the fight, which is going to be in 3 seconds from now, I will call out to go out. Exactly at 55, I said go out, and we're gonna be going out. Now, all of the groups, both of the groups exit. One group exits on their side, the other group exits on our side. You have to be really fast to exit because you can get pulled by those protectors in there. Now, we are looking for the seal protectors, which we need to kill as fast as possible because time is ticking. This is very important. This is the AoE. This is the big AoE that does it. He does it 3 times in a row. The other AoE, because there are two, he does it only 2 times in a row. This one hits really hard, and it is very, very important as a cleric in this dungeon to be very fast. If I would have to name two things that need to be accomplished in this fight with Beritra and in this dungeon overall, number one, the most important thing, every single person in this group has to be full HP at all times. And you as a cleric need to be really fast to heal people up. Really, really fast. This is number one, the most important thing in the dungeon. Number two is that all of the group members would have a minimum of HP so that you don't get one-shotted by this. The minimum would be about 12k, and that would leave you with 20 HP after an AoE. Obviously, the second thing I'm gonna mention, besides clerics being fast and people being full HP always, is the fact that you need to build your gear with HP. I don't give a fuck how much crit you have. I don't care if you're in PvP gear or PvE gear. If you wanna do Makarna properly, build yourself, make yourself a nice set with HP. Composite mana stones, magic boost HP, block HP, I don't know, crit strike on some pieces, HP on the others. Get yourself to at least 13.5k unbuffed by anything, and then you're gonna be Gucci. AoE hits 3 times in a row. This time it hit 2 times on our group, 1 time on the other. We go back inside because our sorcerer that is responsible for taking the bombs is about to explode. You can see him right here. He explodes, he takes away the shield, and adds start coming in the second phase. Now, as a Templar, it's really straightforward. You go ahead, you tank the ads. If some guy starts DPSing the ad by using AoEs and takes the aggro, you pull it back and you take it on you. There are 3 types of ads. I call them green, purple, and blue. Blue ones are the most important. Purple ones are the second most important, and these green ones are the third most important. Nothing special, I just kite the ads, AoEs still happen. Pay attention, AoEs still happen on the outside of the room as well when you're killing mobs. As you can see, black puddles, I took the damage from one. This, what happens here is something important. I was almost about to die, and the cleric in our group, which is the only healer, actually we have a chanter also, but she's on support. The main healer from this group jumped over the fence, made it first try, and healed me with a flash of recovery. This is very, very tricky. If you're a cleric and you feel so comfortable with the dungeon that you want to jump over fences to the Templar and heal him, you can do it. But never leave your group open to dying. They are more important than I am, especially because I already took the ads and they were about to explode and I was over the fence. So I could have used a self-rest skill, which I have on me right now. I could have used a stone. I could have used anything. She did a very risky thing, but it paid off, and at the end it looked like a very pro thing. Now, um, what else is there to talk about? Pay attention. Use your pots. You see an AoE coming. Destructive energy, this is the 3 stripes in the middle. Adds, very easy to kite, simple, straightforward. Do not pop many cooldowns for these green ads. Do not pop any cooldown for these green ads, except Empyrean Armor, Empyrean Providence, Empyrean Armor, maybe, maybe. If not only just pots. I failed to jump over the gate. I took the damage from the 3 ads exploding. That was very bad, because if you fail to jump over the gate a couple of times, you either try more or you just give up and run away before they explode. So there is a pattern, by the way, guys, how these green ads explode. Let me see if I can show that to you. I will show that to you right now. How the green ads spawn, sorry. The pattern is like this. Let's see. I need to pause it at a good time. There we go. So one ad comes from here, right inside the group. So obviously, if this motherfucker spawns right in the group, then it's really good for the Templar or the guy that's kiting the ads to be in the group that stays on this side, right? It's just logical. You take this one first because this one pops inside the group, which means that the healers take aggro of it right away. So you, the kiter, has to be here right now at this spot. The other ad spawns there, and this one spawns here. This one is your last priority because it's so far away from everything that it needs to walk all the way before it can aggro anyone. So it's this one, that one, and then the third one. Just for you to have a nice, rhythm to your skills, to your walking, etc. There you go. All three, except that one which is being DPS'd for some weird reason by one of our gladiators. I take them, jump over the fence, nothing special. Actually, this is the time where I took the thing. So if you would make it until fake it until you make it, guys. That's the basic thing. Beritra is about, I would say, maybe 55, maybe 56%. Very soon, we're gonna be going out as well. Black puddles, the DPSs stay. Me, I'm trying to avoid it. Doesn't work out because I took that one. As I told you at the beginning of the video, if you do not get out of something in the first half of the cast, you're gonna take the thing. Beritra is 50 something percent, and I'm gonna take this moment, guys, to talk about percentages with you. After the first minute, if your DPS is good, you're gonna be at about 77-80% from Beritra. After the next 2.5 minutes, yeah, which makes it in total 330, exactly like it's on my timer now, then Beritra is gonna be around 50% if your DPS is good. If your DPS is shit, after the first minute, you're going to be at around 90%. After the next 2.5 minutes, you're going to be at about 60, maybe 65%, maybe 55 if it's shit. If your DPS is really awesome, after the first minute, you're going to be 75. After the second 2.5 minutes, you're going to be 45. Yeah? That's what you need to keep in mind in regards to times. Very important thing happened here, and I'm going to take this chance to explain it to you. When those ads spawn, I call out for everyone to get out. Some people are still in the middle of a cast, and some people want to finish their glacier shard, and because that's a good thing. It's a good thing to do, because the boss doesn't have a shield yet until a few seconds later, so you can finish your casts. The only problem is that if I call out to go out, I call it out about 5 to 6 seconds sooner than the mob spawn. When the mob spawn, they automatically aggro on you. So they spawn exactly 5 seconds later. If you fail to jump the first time over the gate, then call out the getting out a bit later than 5 seconds, because 5 seconds is enough for you to understand that you need to go out, start moving, try to jump over the fence once, twice. If you don't make it twice, you're gonna aggro and get pulled. The thing is, what can happen if, let's say me, yeah, I have a mobility skill, which is the sprint. If I'm a Templar and I'm the last one to exit the room, and then there are people that already have exited the room, but I want to catch up to them, but I'm a little bit too late, and I hear the beep in my headphones that I have aggroed the mob. I press my sprint, I make it over the gate, but then when I'm close to the other people in the group, the mob already finishes his cast of pulling. And then he not only pulls me, he pulls me and everyone that's close to me. Because as I said a million times already during this video, it works like this. Every cast, if you make it in the first half of the cast, you're safe. If you do not, and you wait the other half, you're not safe. You're gonna get the damage, the pull, the silence, the stun, the paralyze, whatever. So it's really important for you, if you hear the beep in your heads, in your headphones, and you cannot make it over the gate, then do not go next to other people because you're probably gonna get them pulled as well. The mob this time is on our side, and it's really good for me to show you guys what happens. Seal Guardian, you need to go there and DPS it. Now, the main tank of Beritra did not wait for the other gladiator because he was too slow. Right now he just came. So he did not wait and he went to the boss. Whoever does the first hit and a substantial amount of damage, pay attention, it's 2 in 1, gets to carry the bomb, like our group member does now. So he's going to explode. He has too much HP, so because he has my skill as well that increases HP, and he's gonna survive it. So that's really good. Now what happened here, I took so much damage because the tank, the guy that had the bomb, was bodyguarded, and I took his AoE as well. So never use bodyguard in this dungeon unless you are super sure. In the third phase, these kinds of ads come as well, the purple ones. The green ones, they put a debuff on you and do a lot of damage when they explode. That's their specialty. The purple ones, they don't do much damage at all when they explode, but they put a debuff on you that you cannot get healed. So that's very nasty because since the spells need to be kept for the Balur form, right? I do not want to make my group members waste the spells on things that this is very important. I'm going to show you this as well. So I do not want to wait to make my group members waste the spells on things that I can prevent. Like for example, taking the purple ads away from the group when they are about to explode. It is really important for you to do that as well. I'm going to show you a very important thing with that skill that starts from the middle and spreads to 3 lines. Um, this is very important. So I have already 6 ads on me. 3 of them are about to explode because they are pretty long time in the room already. The other 3, the cursings, are all good. Now here, this is a situation in which if I'm standing here for a long time, I'm gonna get one shot because I'm gonna get this laser's damage, and that laser's damage. That's how the skill works. If you only take one, you're Gucci. If you take two, you're almost dead, or dead if you're a Cloth or anyone else in the DPS group. If you take three, if you're a Templar or anyone else, you're dead. Now, I panicked and I will pop my Noble Water Shield after this because I thought I am going to take that damage. I did not take that damage. I did not take the damage from the green ads. So basically, I kind of wasted a Noble Water Shield here. But it's better to be safe than sorry, guys. Always. The fight keeps going, the DPS keeps pumping, the timer is at 5 minutes and a half. We're gonna have to go out at 6 minutes again for the third time. Why 6 minutes? Very simple. First phase is 1 minute, so that's 1 minute of staying inside. Second phase, that's 2.5 minutes more. So in total on my timer it should be 3.5. Third phase, sorry, is another 2.5 minutes. So in total it should be 6, because 3.5 plus 2.5, that's 6. And the last phase is again 2.5 minutes, so that should be 8.5 minutes in total, the whole fight. As you see, I called out at 5:55. I called out go out. We went out, nobody got pulled, mobs just came, all nice and perfect. The mob is on the other group's side. They got one AoE as well. Um, they killed the mob really fast, which in turn makes us go back in really fast. By chance, guys, sometimes it happens that the boss does not have a shield. So the group that doesn't have to kill the mob, the seal protector, can easily go inside and just continue TPSing the boss and deal with the guys that pull you. So no problem. Keep an eye on Beritra. We also went inside. We tried to be safe. We did not go inside when the 4 ads were already in. We went inside after the group number 2 killed their mob. So just to be safe. In the third phase, which is this phase right here, then what we need to do, actually this is the fourth phase, sorry. In the fourth phase, then we take the blue ads, the purple ads, the green ads as well. The purple ads, I told you about the green ones and the blue ones. What the purple ads do, their speciality is that they paralyze the group on which they explode. No damage, but paralyze. And that paralyzes, I think, for about 20 seconds. You don't want your DPSs and clerics to be paralyzed for 20 seconds. As always, there is a pattern how they spawn. So I'm going to show you the pattern just to pay attention to the pattern as well. So these are the purple ones. Let me go a little bit backwards and show you from the beginning when they spawn. So the green ones you already saw. I'm going to show you the purple ones. Purple ones goes like this. 2 always from here, always. And then 1 from the other side there. There he is. He spawns right here in front of the gate. These are the purple ones. I'm gonna show you right away the blue ones as well. The blue ones only two, and they spawn one from here and one from here. Actually, from somewhere from here. So you're gonna see them right away. Keep your skills as a Templar for later on in the fight, because it's really important for you to have them. It is vital for you to not waste Imperium Providence like an asswipe. It's important for you to not waste, the no holy water, the noble water shield like an asswipe like I did. It's important to play good. So again, two purples from here, green ones, another purple there, and now you're gonna see the blue ones as well. Holy shit, how much back did I go? Anyway, very soon you're gonna see the blue ones also. Where are the blue ones? I think I went so much back that yeah, yeah, I went way too back. Sorry guys. Uh, this is the right place. This is the fourth stage. Right, green, purple from here, and one from the back, and then blue, two blues from the back. This is the right phase. Other than that, guys, keep it simple, be smart, don't panic. See blues, one from here, one from there, two blues at the back of the room. That's how they always spawn. It's a pattern. They can never spawn from any other place. It's important as a ranger to have 8k DP. It's important as a Templar to have 4k before you enter, 4k from a jelly after. It's important as a cleric to have 8k DP as well. So if possible, everyone in the alliance should have 8k DP, because it is really important to have as much skills as possible, and DP skills are really good. So for this fight you actually do need them. Other than that, guys, let me talk a bit about what happened now, and then one more thing, group composition after. What happened now is two people died. Let me tell you why. They died because my priority at the end of the fight, when the boss is about 10, 15, 5%, is to take the blue ads and the purple ads on me. Green ads, that their speciality is exploding and doing damage, lots of it, I skip taking on me due to the lack of taunts, because they come so often that my taunts are just not ready off cooldown. So due to the lack of taunts and due to the fact that I just don't want to get close with 6 ads on me, get close to one of the groups and start DPSing that mob to get aggro of it, I leave the green ads on the group. Yeah, leaving the green ads on the group is a 50-50 chance of, some people dying, because if you have too few HP, you will die out of the explosion of this and maybe one AoE at the same time. Can happen. But I do it like that, and I tell everyone, and everyone knows that the green ads at the end in the last 15% will explode on the group members. Group composition, the fight is almost over, so there's nothing much to say. Dispels, as you can see, I'm paralyzed. The cleric did dispel me fast enough. I was able to go there, take the ads on me. Of course, if the green ads by any chance are, part of an AoE taunt, yeah, sure, come on me, no problem. Come on me. Anyway, the fight is over, guys, and let me tell you a few things about composition. Composition for the groups, I'm gonna pause it because there's nothing else happening after. Um, I got an Eternal, by the way. It was my sixth Eternal in a row. The group composition, we run group number 1, Templar, Chanter, Cleric, Gladiator, Cleric, Gladiator. Why? Let me explain to you. Templar, because I need the Chanter's woe and I need the Chanter's healing. It is important for me to have a dedicated healer on myself. The other support in the other group is the Bard, which is a hybrid support slash DPS. The Bard does not heal as much as a Chanter does in my case, in our situation, unless the Bard is full heals, which ours is not. So I need to be in the group that has the full support and the woe. Woe helps me to run faster and helps me to attack faster, which makes my animations faster, which makes me being able to kite the ads better. And also I have a dedicated healer in the Chanter, so that's also really good. Cleric because of the double AoE dispel. Gladiator because gladiators, our two gladiators, benefit the most out of the chanter's woe and mantras. Very straightforward. Assassins also benefit from the chanter's woe if their flurry is on cooldown, so it's not as important as a gladiator. Rangers also benefit from the chanter's mantras, but gladiators benefit more from more things that a chanter can do. Yeah. Also, very important, a chanter cannot increase the HP of your group members like a bard can with the chain skill from the healing skill. So having the people with more HP in the chanter group is better than having a guy that has 12k HP here and cannot have more, because our bard always increases the HP of the group members. So yeah, our sorcerers do have 15k unbuffed, but they have 17k with the bard buff. So keep that in mind. Group number 2 and why? Ranger, Sork, Bard, Cleric, Sin. Ranger because why not? Sin because why not? Cleric, Bard because of the double AoE dispels. Very important. Um, Sork because these are our friends DPSs. That's about it, guys. You can do this with any setup as long as you have 2 AoE dispels in each group. Can work with one as well, but you're taking a chance. You can do this fight. I don't think you can do it without a chanter. Nah, no, I recommend the Chanter. Chanter is too important for the overall alliance buffs and the overall this group's buffs and debuffs. Bard is pretty important as well, not because bards do lots of damage, because they don't, but because everyone else in the group does more damage when they have a bard. And the cleric heals faster, and the bard reses people almost instantly. That is good, since people always die here, not because they're bad, but because sometimes they need to explode a bomb. Lots of love, guys. I wish you get lots of good drops. I got shit so far. Don't forget always to have the best scrolls, the best pots, noble water shields if you can afford it. Pop them at the right time. The right time is not during an AoE, because if you die during that time, you don't have enough HP or your cleric is shit. Pop the noble water shields when, for example, ads are on you. Yeah. Lots of love, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and keep in mind the two most important things. One, super good clerics that always heal you fast and always keep you full HP, not 10 HP missing. That's what I don't want to see in my groups, and you shouldn't either. And number two, build yourself with an HP gear. Don't go full crazy stupid HP, but have at least 13, 14k unbuffed. See you guys.